moving on to observation number 10. We're wrapping up the course. And this is, I've said it a lot, don't mean to be repetitive on it, but this is my favorite one. I am enjoying the deep look into this. And just so you guys, I said at the beginning of the course, I have not studied this at length. This is the first time that I'm really reading and absorbing Marcus Aurelius. So as you take this journey with me, please realize that it is completely capable for you to read something, discern on it, put it through the lens of body, being, balance, business, figure out areas of your life, and then go and actually educate and teach people and share it with them. That's what I'm doing in practice. This whole thing has literally been to show you can read something, learn something, share something, and people will get better because of it. And you better believe that I've been sharing this with my daughter and whispering it into Bruce's ears, and then with my wife as well. And I know that my behaviors have already changed. So on to lesson number 10. I shall share my screen. What are we talking about? I hope you can see that. So So do not expect bad people to exempt you from their destructive ways. I'll say that again. Do not expect bad people to exempt you from their destructive ways. While great leaders can do everything possible to behave in a constructive and compassionate manner, they must also understand that there are those who find meaning in destroying others. I want you to realize that. Find meaning, find purpose. They find worth. They get their rocks off. Emotionally, they get a charge. Dopamine is released in their brain when they start shit and stir the pot. Okay. There's some people who want to be at the center of chaos. And so they're stirring things up so that way they can hide in all of the chaos. There are employees that manipulate situations just so they can get a paycheck. There's a saying, in the land of the problem solver, the problem creator is king. You think about employees and consultants. Oh my God, consultants. I'm a consultant. How do I get business? I walk into somebody's laboratory and I start talking about all the shit that's wrong. Oh, your marketing sucks. Your sales sucks. Your limb systems suck. Your billing sucks. You have so many opportunities to create problems. And if you're a disingenuous person, and you're there to destroy, you can do a whole lot of damage. Well, how about when you don't know what you need to know and you're ignorant of the fact that you're actually destroying people? Or what happens when you take a substance that unlocks a chamber inside of your brain, like alcohol, and all of a sudden it puts you into asshole mode and you're just in a destructive place, right? You got to know yourself and understand like what's happening there and why it's actually happening. So it's not only foolish, Aurelius writes, but the act of a tyrant to think that you can try to change these kinds of people or persuade them to treat you differently. The amount of control and wasted energy that goes in trying to stop other people from acting or feeling the way that they do, right? Most people are going to be acting on emotions, right? Facts tell, feelings sell. So they're selling themselves constantly on the way that they feel. I can't control someone's feelings, but if their feelings drive them to destructive patterns and behaviors as a leader, I need to know that that is not a person in a bad mood. That is not a person who needs a pick-me-up. That is a person who is drowning. And if I get close to their arm's length, they're going to pull me under too. You got to know, like in lifeguard training, one of my favorite stories in leadership, truly, they say you can't save a drowning man. What you have to do is you have to go in, and if you can't communicate and make clear line of sight with them that you're coming in to help and them acknowledge it, they will pull you down because they're going to try to use you to grasp air, and you're both going to end up drowning. Plenty of accidents have happened in such a way. So what they tell lifeguards to do is to punch you in the face. You're drowning. I pop you in the face, hit you in the head, get your attention. snap you out of it, right? Or wait a little bit, you're gonna stop struggling here pretty soon, because you're gonna go down, and I'll be there to pick you up. Moral of that story is, if I am watching somebody who is literally out of control in a spiral, right? I can't save them, right? I can swim them to shore, but I can't save a drowning man, right? He's got to stop. He's got to take ownership over his own body weight. He's got to let me help him. Okay. Whenever we add substances into this piece, we can become the person who is destroying our life. Not to make this too much like an AA meeting. I've never been to an AA meeting in my life. I've been open about my sobriety and, my recognition that I had problems with just about every substance and pattern of behavior. And oftentimes those led to destruction of relationships, destruction of businesses. You hear me talk about it, and I may even mentioned it on this series, the drunk man's thoughts in a sober man's mind. The fact that I'm sitting back doing employee reviews with a glass of scotch, and all of a sudden light goes off and I start getting paranoid. I start getting cocky. I'm in a business deal and I start making destructive moves, giving away more profit than I need to, over-promising, under-delivering, bragging, being somebody that I'm actually not, genuinely not that person unless I drink, right? So if you're that person and you're listening to me, you can literally be the guy who's drowning. You can't save yourself. Like you have got to put yourself in a situation where you can take control of you. If you're this destructive person, if you're this person that basically is doing everything possible to be constructive and compassionate, and then you drink and then you start destroying and burning down your life, stop drinking, right? Seek help. In a business setting, we'll see these folks that work inside of doctors' offices. It's not just that they're unhappy or they're grumpy, right? They could be working in our lives. Hell, they could be our brother-in-law, our sister-in-law. They can be our mom or our dad. They can be suffering from some type of a mental illness, and they're just there to kill and to destroy and to bring everything down. And you really do, as a leader, you have to know that stuff is out there and you got to recognize it. And Marcus Aurelius absolutely recognized it. Have the serenity to accept the things you cannot change, the courage to change the things you can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Literally, the serenity prayer. So as we wrap this series up, right, we'll do a closing episode and talk about how to apply this whole thing and what this was all about. But we're going to bring on a special guest for that. And we're going to bookend this with an actual 2-person hour-long podcast and bring on the man who's actually helped me prepare my notes, introduce me to Marcus Aurelius, and I work with every day. He's my ghostwriter. He's my friend. He's Mr. Philip Swear. Think about this application right here. Think about this rule right here, because this is one that can do damage to you immediately. And when you think about Robert Greene's book, The 48 Laws of Power, one of his rules, I think it's 12, that says you delete people from your life that are negative or are basically a cancer. You need to remove yourself from the unlucky. You need to remove yourself from people that just have bad luck, right? People who are just going to destroy you because of their negativity. And as we talked about yesterday, with the drop of negativity that can completely overtake someone, this is somebody who's 100% negative, and they're looking to take from you what you find precious, and they get joy out of it and they get meaning out of it. So where is that happening for you inside of your business life? Where is that happening for you inside of your body? Where are you that person for you? Where are you that person for your family? And how is this getting in the way of your purpose and your relationship? And if this is the person, and you know that you're the guy or the lady who has destructive ways, God bless you. God have mercy on your soul. Seek help. Don't hurt others. Hopefully this podcast and this lesson actually helped you long term. With that, we're wrapping this one up. Learn this, live this, and lead this.